Utica, New York. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday. Yo, Primas, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Went out on Friday night and just hung out for a little bit. And then on Saturday night, I caught the Joni Mitchell tribute show over at the Deep Dive. And damn, that was an awesome show. So much fun. So much fun. How was your guys' weekend? How's it going, Micah? Good to see you. Good morning from Texas. Cheers to you. Yo, good to see you guys. Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Lots of stuff planned here this week. Yo, thank you. I'm glad you like the mullet. I'm liking the mullet too. I'm really liking it a lot, actually. My mullet era. I've had a whole bunch of different kinds of haircuts, and I have to say I'm pretty excited about this one. I really like this one. How's it going, Neil? Good afternoon to you. Smiggy Balls, how's it going? Lit as hell. Good to see you. Good to see you, Smiggy. Carlos, good morning to you. Finally brought those Tony Llamas to the cobbler. That's what I'm talking about. Should tune this up before the going live, but it's been a busy morning, so I just went live. Just did it. Much love to you, Smiggy. Have a good one. Certified big guy mullet. That's true. I did get up on the scale the other day, and for the past 3 or 4 years I've been trying. The goal has been to get over 200 pounds, and I got over 200 pounds. Let's go. Certified big guy. You know that, Carlos. You know what it's like. You know what it's like. I got Erie Canal on the mind here this morning, so here's an old traditional New York folk song called the Erie Canal. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Ronnie. I'm the boot guy. Cheers to you. I got a mule and her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Get up there, mule, here comes the lock. We'll be in Rome about 6 o'clock. One more trip and back we'll go. Right back home to Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. You always know your neighbor and you always know your pal if you ever navigated on the Erie Canal. Now you bet your life I never part with Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Cause she's a good old worker and a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Yeah, we haul some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal and hay. And she knows every inch of the way from Albany to Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. You always know your neighbor and you always know your pal if you ever navigated on the Erie Canal. Yeah, you always know your neighbor and you always know your pal if you ever navigated on the Erie Canal. Let's go, Erie Canal. Kicking it off with an old folk song. Local here to New York State. Grew up singing that one in elementary school. It's just a good old folk song, you know? How's it going, Recovering Christ? Good morning to you, Brian Board. How's it going, Peter David? Yo. Oh man, oh man. We're on the same wavelength, Brian. We're on the same wavelength. Good morning from Phoenix. Oh, I love Phoenix so much. Lived there for 3 years. Warm weather boots for AZ summer. It's a great question, and I'm always going to say traditionally made boots. Boots that are all leather. All leather boots, including traditional leather insole, they are going to breathe the best. All right? But if you're looking for like some kinds of leathers that breathe better than others, Pirarucu. Pirarucu breathes so well. This is Pirarucu fish skin leather from Blackjack. This isn't my boot of the day. Just wanted to answer Recovering Christ's question. And I found that this is an incredibly light skin, but also breathes really well, super supple. Pirarucu fish skin leather is amazing. It breathes so well. The trick is, though, it's got to be a traditionally made boot. None of this extra insoles in there. You can't have pigskin because pigskin doesn't breathe very well. So you got to have a traditionally made boot with a traditional hard leather insole, leather outsole, calfskin or bovine lining, and then that's going to provide the best breathability for those hot weather locations. That's my answer. Let's talk boots of the day. What are your boots of the day? I'm rocking the JW Boot Company Ithaca boot today. This is a boot that I have really enjoyed wearing quite a bit, and I've worn it quite a lot. I like this. This is a traditionally made boot, and just can't get enough of it. I just keep coming back to it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite boot right now, Primaz, but we'll get into that in a second. I'll answer that question real quick. Let's just finish up the boots of the day. Brian Board rocking some Cowtown cane brakes for a Monday. That's a way to kick off a week. Are you kidding me? That snakeskin Cowtown boots? Whoo, buddy. Look out. Brian's not messing around this week. Kicking off a Monday with some snakeskins. How's it going, T-Pow? Good morning to you, Keith. Good morning to you, Peter. Yo. Peter says, thanks for the video from Berlin. Nice. Based in Prague, so Berlin is much more reachable than the U.S. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to make your way over to one of those, what was it, Roy Dunn's or Saloon Boots? Full quill ostrich is awesome during the summer, too. But again, I found like it's the best when it's a traditionally made. So ostrich leather can get really, really thin, which also makes it a great summer boot. Good call, Brian. Good call. Primav's rocking those ropers today, the 3802s, and Nina is in her fat baby boots. Nice. Recovering Christ has been rocking the Tony Llamas, and Keith's got some Lucchese's. That's what I'm talking about. T-Pow's rocking the Anderson Bean Black Caymans. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I remember checking out a pair of Anderson Bean Black Caymans, I think at Pete's Clothing Hodge Bootery. Way back in the day. That's a good look. Yo, Carlos, thank you so much for the super chat tip. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You're the best. Primaz asked, what is my favorite boot right now? Favorite boot right now is definitely the one that I made during boot school last year at the Schwartz Custom Boot Shop. They run a boot school there that you can sign up for. And I made these at the Schwartz Custom Boots shop for their boot school, and still gotta edit the video for that. It's a different kind of video. I'm trying to figure out how to make it so that people actually watch it, because I've made custom boot videos before with custom boot makers and going to the whole thing, and they don't get as many views as how hard I've worked on it. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this video so it actually gets views. But I really have enjoyed wearing these, and these are probably my favorite boots for quite a long time now. You know it, Keith. Stuck on myself. Stuck on myself. I mean, those boots are measured to my foot. So Dan Schwartz sat me up in the chair. He measured my foot. Taught me how to do it, but of course he measured my feet for me, and we made the last. We made the last. See, here's the lasts up here. Can you see that? So all these lasts and everything. This is the shape of my foot, right? So we built up the last. See, Jeremiah Craig. There it is. Boot Camp 24. Built up the last. In some areas, took it down in some other areas. So this is it. This is my foot, and that's what was in that boot when we made it. So nothing fits better. Nothing. Nothing. Not a bad toe look. I like the toe too. It was supposed to be a little different, but I messed it up. I accidentally cut the toe off when we were building it. So it's not a true box toe, because the box toe is supposed to elongate the insole and then fold up. But when you're like scoring the insole to fold it up, I wasn't used to how sharp the knife was, and I pretty much went right through it. We tried to make it work, but it didn't work. Nina wants to know what Brenna's favorite boot is right now. Her favorite boot, the one she goes to the most, is the wide calf Erie, the black ones. She wears that one the most for pretty much everything. And then she also wears an Ariat. It's an Ariat. What is the one with the shock shield? It's got the shock shield in there. The little cushion in the heel. She wears that one for horseback riding. So she's on Ariats right now, but she still gives those fat babies a lot of wear. A lot of wear. Yeah. Oh yeah. I did put the slip up on one of the live streams, on one of the giveaways. That was funny. I did put that one up on one of the live streams. I think it was on the Cowtown one. Lucchese or Boulay? Are they the same price now? Lucchese is definitely more traditionally made than Boulay is. Boulay has a lot of the, except for like some Boulays. Depends on what your budget is. If they're the same price, I'd probably say Lucchese now. Boulay has been sort of making some cuts in their process, depending on the line. They do have some boots that are pretty nice, but they have been making some cuts in other lines. And Lucchese has been doing some things differently too, but for the most part, if you are like really up in the air in both of them, regardless of price, I would say Lucchese. Yeah. Keith agrees. But of course, price always comes into it, and when I got my Boulays, they were significantly cheaper than the Lucchese's, maybe by half. So if price is in consideration, then Boulay is definitely a good way to go for the price. What are we feeling? What are we feeling on this Monday? I don't know. I didn't really come in here with a couple of songs. I just was like, what do I have on my mind right now? And I had Erie Canal. 100%. 100%, Keith. How about some Mountain Dew? Let's keep it going with some old folk songs. Play some Mountain Dew here. I hope you guys are having a spectacular Monday so far. We're just kicking off the week here. Streets of Laredo. That's a good one. I haven't played that one in a really long time. How about you come back Wednesday and I'll play Streets of Laredo. Montana Moon. Plastic Jesus. I'll get Streets. I gotta go over there and get the book to get all the words for Streets of Laredo. That's a great song, though. I should play that one more often. How about Wednesday? Wednesday on YouTube, Streets of Laredo. All right, let's do. Fuck it. We'll do all four of these. We'll do Montana Moon. I'll do Mountain Dew right now. Then we'll close it out with some Plastic Jesus. Thanks for the request, guys. Oh, I didn't even see Brian's there. Peter asks, what is the favorite coffee brand? I always drink Anchorhead coffee. Always drink Anchorhead coffee. They're roasted out of Seattle. I love Anchorhead coffee. We got into them when we were living in Seattle. And it's so good. If you guys want to try, I do have a promo code with them. It's Jeremiah Craig over at anchorheadcoffee.com. It'll save you 10% if you want to try it. So, it's good stuff. Good stuff. There's a big holler tree down the road here from me, where you lay down $1 or two. Then you go round the bend, and when you come back again, there's a tub full of good old Mountain Dew. And they call it that old Mountain Dew. And them that refuse it off you, I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my tub with some good old Mountain Dew. Now, my Uncle Nort, he's sawed off and short. He measures about 4'2". But he thinks he's a giant when he gets in my pints of that good old Mountain Dew. Then there's my Auntie June. She bought some brand new perfume. It had such a sweet smelling pew. But to her surprise, when she had it analyzed, it wasn't nothing but good old Mountain Dew. And they call it that old Mountain Dew. And them that refuse it off you, I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my tub with some good old Mountain Dew. Preacher rode by, he had a tear in his eye. He said his wife had been down with the flu. He thought that I ought just to sell him a quart of that good old Mountain Dew. So I went to see my brother Bill. He got a still up on the hill where he runs all the gallons through. All the buzzards in the sky get so drunk they can't fly from smelling that good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, they call it that old Mountain Dew. And them that refuse it off you, I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my tub with some good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, they call it that old Mountain Dew. And them that refuse it off you, I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my tub with some good old Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Woo! That's how we get ourselves going on a Monday. Slip a little Mountain Dew in that coffee. And music. Woo! Yo, good to see ya. How's it going? 89 NJ guy, good to see you. Good morning to you, Nate. Good morning to you, Nate. Keith likes that. Black Rifle, cheers. Ghost, good to see you. Got you into cowboy boots. Taught you everything you know about them. Convinced your entire family to get a pair. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. Creating the excitement. and enthusiasm around cowboy boots so that those around you get into them too. Ghost, thank you so much. Appreciate that. That makes me so excited. That's badass. Woo! Thank you, Keith. T-Pow says coffee has gotten so expensive. Just buy what you can afford now. I know it's so weird out there. Everything's so expensive. I don't even know what things should cost anymore. I'm just like, that's really what it costs? All right, here you go, I guess. It's crazy. Ronnie, thank you so much. Flurp, good to see you. Yeah, buddy, it's all about the music. Mountain Dew song, something you haven't heard in years. Are you on Spotify? Yep, I got all my stuff on Spotify. Except I guess these songs that I'm playing right now. These old folk songs. I don't have Mountain Dew up there. I don't have Erie Canal up there. Montana Moon, the one I'm going to play right now, isn't recorded yet up there. But I do have around 5 albums on Spotify if you want to check it out. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So thank you, Flurp. Yeah. That's what this whole channel is about. You know, I like to talk about cowboy boots and western wear, and hopefully that encourages you guys to also maybe give my music a listen at some point. It doesn't have to be right when you first see the first video or whatever, but at some point, I just hope you guys listen to an album or two, and if you dig what you hear, put a song or two on a playlist. That really goes a long ways. It's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. Here's one that I wrote called Montana Moon. I hope you guys enjoy it. Montana moon shining off the snowy plains. I'll be home soon, staying true to my lane. Yeah, the dogs proved themselves past the panhandle, and I dug out my truck stop shower sandals just to go inside and warm my toes. Then we slept in the storm for an hour or two before it died down, which was our cue to move on through towards home. Montana moon lights my way on a shortcut through the reds. That golden loom unravels a few shining threads. On recommendation from whitefish in-laws who joined me in their hunting draws. So this route drew out many gleaming eyes. And after I lost one honey and Flagstaff to a station change in a 7-point rack, I'm thankful for your light in these December skies. Montana moon stealing the warmth from the rest stop air. Without much room, I pull into the last spot with care. All of my fellow road souls are sleeping soundly, dreaming of warm cakes and coffee with their folks around the Christmas tree. And I too bundled up for the night, covered my windows from your ambient light, to sleep until I was woken by the freeze. Montana moon, I must say farewell as we come to Belle Fourche. I'll be back through in a year to see your midnight winter hues. Yeah, the car stopped on the side of the highway, and I kept you on my mind all day. Careful on the ice where the road softly winds. I just kept my momentum alone in the sound of these old diesel drones, so I could be home for Christmas time. Montana Moon. Not recorded yet, but hopefully it'll be on the next one. I was thinking about maybe trying to get some recording done here. I've been wanting to make it a little bit more grander. Mo better than some of the other ones that I've done that's just been acoustic, but I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes thinking about that sort of thing just sort of slows you down. And if I can just keep on getting music out, even if it's just acoustic, that doesn't have, you know, a full band behind it or anything, then maybe that's all it needs to be. So I'll probably start recording on that here, and maybe try to get something out here before springtime or early summer. Love it out in Montana. Me too. Such a good state. Such a good state. Thank you, T-Pow. Appreciate it. Good morning, Martin. Good to see you. Montana, big sky country. Love it. Yeah, it's just got that whole like wide open space feel. God, I love it. Flirt, got some Cayman Bellies coming in today. Yeah, you got to put on the album when you try it out. Got to do it. Nice. Where are your Caymans? Where are your Caymans from? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. How's it going, Thomas Barrett? Good to see you. Good to see you. Speaking of Montana, we got Thomas Barrett in here from Siller Boot and Shoe. Yo. T-Pop wants to go to Montana and Wyoming one day. It's beautiful country. Beautiful country. Whoo. Yeah, I'm getting behind a couple years on the recording, right? I got all these songs. I might as well just record them and put them out. And then if we get the chance again, just do it again. Just record it. Like, nobody says that you can't record them again with a full band later on. So, screw it. I'm going to try to put out some new music here. Ropers. What album would you recommend first? Probably the last one. Life is for Taking Chances. That's a really fun one. They're Ropers. Nice. Roper Caymans. The last one that I did is called Life is for Taking Chances. That's a fun one. It's got One Shot on there. That's a highly requested song about, that's an Old West kind of theme where you used to be able to trade a .45 caliber bullet for a shot of whiskey. And that's a fun song, using the characters from Tombstone. Dusty Vines is a fun one, talking about the wine that they make out in Arizona. I like a lot of the songs off of that album, so I'd say start with that one and then work your way backwards. It's probably the most reminiscent of the stuff that you're hearing right now, because it's the newest one. And then you can work yourself backwards from that and be like, wow, this other stuff sounds different. All right, I got one more song for you. This is Carlos's request. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate the request, Carlos. And this is called Plastic Jesus. Plastic Jesus. I don't care if it rains or freezes, as long as I got my plastic Jesus riding on the dashboard of my car. Through the trials and tribulation, we shall travel every nation. Me and plastic Jesus will go far. Plastic Jesus, plastic Jesus, riding on the dashboard of my car. Through the trials and tribulation, we shall travel every nation. Me and plastic Jesus will go far. I don't care if it's dark or scary, as long as I got Magnetic Mary riding on the dashboard of my car. I feel I'm protected amply. I got the whole damn Holy Family riding on the dashboard of my car. Hey, plastic Jesus, plastic Jesus, riding on the dashboard of my car. Through the trials and tribulation, we shall travel every nation. Me and plastic Jesus will go far. Now I see he's losing power, he's getting weaker by the hour, sliding on the dashboard of my car. But I know what steps to take, I'll nail him there for old time's sake, nail him to the dashboard of my car. Yeah, plastic Jesus, riding on the dashboard of my car. Through the trials and tribulation, we shall travel every nation. Me and plastic Jesus will go far. Alright, now this last verse is definitely the worst verse. It's also the funniest. But just remember, Carlos requested this. Riding home one foggy night, with my honey cuddled tight, I missed a curve and off the road we veered. My windshield got smashed up good, my darling graced up the hood. Plastic Jesus, he had disappeared. Oh, plastic Jesus, no longer chides me with his holy grin. But doctors in the x-ray room found him in my darling's womb. Someday he will be born again. Oh, hey, plastic Jesus, riding on the dashboard of my car. Through the trials and tribulation, we shall travel every nation. Me and plastic Jesus will go far. Thanks for the request, Carlos. That's always a fun song. Plastic Jesus. That's how we get going here on this Monday. Cheers. Amen, I think, Fleur says. Keith says his daughter printed one with the 3D printer for your Civic. I had one in the first truck that I learned to drive. It was a Dodge Ram, and I had one right up there on the dashboard. Thanks, Carlos. Thanks. Ghost got a quick question. A few months ago, you bought yourself a pair of Dan Post boots with leather soles, and it's getting into wet season. Should you be treating the soles? Treating the soles with a conditioner? That is something that's kind of debated back and forth. Some people say, "Oh, you got to condition the leather soles." Other people say, "Nah, don't bother." I am in the "nah, don't bother" camp, and here's why. Leather soles wear down anyways. They will wear down a little faster if you're wearing them in wet weather, especially if it's on like wet stone or wet pavement or wet concrete. They will wear down a little bit faster. But if you condition the leather outsoles, and I've tried it, it makes the leather super slippery because it's all moisturized and everything. So I'll condition the whole boot, even like the heel stack a little bit, but I don't condition the bottom here, and that's because they're just going to wear down anyways, and it gets too slippery. It's a little bit too dangerous for me, so I don't do it. Do people say that you should? Yes. I haven't found a reason to, just because it's going to wear through anyways. So I don't see a real reason, in my opinion. I don't see a real reason. It's the most repaired part of the boot. Just make sure you get the welt. Just make sure you get the welt, though, when you're conditioning, because you don't want the welt to crack. But the outsole itself, I don't see a big deal. If Thomas Siller is still here, from Siller Boot, or Thomas Barrett, I'm sorry, Thomas Barrett from Siller Boot and Shoe, I'm sure he has a pretty good opinion on it too, but I don't really see a reason to. I don't think there's any real purpose to it. No waxes or anything. Don't. Just let's let them go. They're gonna wear out if you're wearing them every day. They're gonna wear out in 3 to 6 months anyways. if you're like wearing them regular, especially on wet concrete or pavement or something. So just wear them. Just wear them and wear them out, and then get them replaced. I don't think there's very much that you could do. Never condition tread absorbs more. Sometimes during the rain you slap some tape on the bottom if they're real fancy. Hey, that's fair enough. Fair enough. No, Ghost. I'm in the don't do anything to them. Just condition the top of the boot. Make sure you get that welt when you condition, but the bottom, just let her go. Just let her go. That's the camp that I'm in. Sounds suicidal on cobblestones in Prague. It does. It gets so slippery. It gets so slippery, especially right after you do it, like a week, for a whole week, or maybe a little less, depending on how often you're going to wear the boots. But definitely, like the first couple of days after you condition your outsoles, it's like you're on skis on ice or something. It's crazy. I don't like it at all. Great question though, Ghost. Great question. All right, guys, it's time to get back at it here. My coffee's running low, and I got lots of work to do. Make sure you guys get the videos. Make sure you guys get the boot content. So let's do it. Carlos has got to go too. So love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me here on Coffee Music number 1618. Tomorrow morning I'm going to be on Instagram for 1619, and then I'll be back here on YouTube for 1620 on Wednesday. So if you're only a YouTube viewer, I'll be back here for Coffee Music on Wednesday. Until then, you know how we do it. We kick ass, take names, have a little fun while we're at it. Love you guys so much. Wishing you the best, and I'll see you guys around. Cheers. Have a good one.